Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive, and we are doing a mini psychic deep dive on the Bible. Let's get controversial, shall we? So, backstory. I grew up Catholic. I grew up studying the Bible, so I'm more than familiar with it, and it's always felt off to me, off and very rigid. So I'm just gonna kind of give you the feel of the Bible, all right? It is incredibly male-dominating energy. It's very rigid. It's also, the word I'm hearing is falsified. So, okay. I've got somebody from way back in the days just immediately is like, let's chat. Okay, so this person is claiming to be one of the apostles. This person is claiming to be Simon Peter. You know, this may or may not be true. Could be a thought form, could be an imposter, who knows, but we're going to go with it. Okay, so the first thing that he's telling me is it's a falsified document. It's been falsified. He's telling me it's been falsified by the Catholic Church. It's been falsified by other churches. He's telling me there is no true meaning in the Bible, is what he's saying. And he's also saying there is no real sanctioned version of the Bible. It was written, so this is what he's saying, it was written by many hands thousands of years ago, and there is very little truth to it. What can you tell us about the truth of the New Testament? He's laughing. He says, my teacher, he means Jesus, my teacher is in the New Testament, and he's putting it in quotes, which is really funny. He's saying, my teacher is in the New Testament, but you have to read between the lines. Sorry, no, he's using they. Interesting. He says they are hidden among other things. He's just shaking his head. He's shaking his head. Again, he keeps saying falsified document, written by many hands and has nothing to do with the true teachings of Jesus the Christ, is what he's saying. He's calling him Jesus the Christ. But he's also kind of insisting that Jesus was an androgynous kind of figure, but showed himself as male and was a male. I mean, had, male parts, if you will. Maybe this is the real guy. That'd be kind of a crack up. I don't believe it, to be honest. I'm sitting here and I'm like, sure, whatever, Simon Peter. Okay. But maybe it's the real guy. He's saying that the teachings I learned at the feet of my teacher were very simple. He says, number one, make the request. And number two, you shall have it. And he says there should be no poor. There should be no weakness. There should be no judgment. There is no difference between anyone or anything. He says he said, I was taught the concept of wholeness. He's saying it was never about worship. He's basically saying transubstantiation is bullshit, more or less. Yeah, he's like, yes. Shaking, he's like nodding his head, yes. He's saying to me that the Christ had the power of the psychic. He had the power of premonition. He had the power to heal. He had the power to be in two places at once. He's telling me this. He's saying actually in many places at once. He would have been, he's saying, had he been a woman in another time, he would have been seen as a witch. Flat out. He's also showing me the guy, like now we're just calling Jesus the guy. He's basically saying Jesus grew up middle class. He's like, he was not poor, he was not rich, he was middle class. He's telling me he loved men and women equally, so I take that what you will. He's giving me the side eye, so it looks like Jesus was bisexual from what I can get. And no, we're blaspheming now. Now I'm going to get excommunicated. And he's showing me the chakra system, and he's going, yep, it's all real. He's like, all real. Jesus knew all about that. He's saying Jesus talked about that. He's telling me he talked about that, and he's saying so many things have been excised, so many things have been exaggerated or made up, and then he's saying things that were truly miraculous didn't even make it through history. He's saying that he believed life was to be joy, life was to be a joy. But he's saying, like, Jesus could get very pissed. It took him a long time to get a handle on his anger. And even then, like, he was telling them this. He told them, he would tell his quote unquote apostles, and he was like, I used to be so angry. I was angry all the time. And then I discovered something within me that quelled the anger, but he would still get angry. Is it true that he was like dating Mary Magdalene? Oh, there's another woman. There's a reason she was completely excised from the Bible. He's saying it was a multitude of forces that produced the Christ. He keeps calling him the Christ. Did he come back from the dead? I'm asking. And he goes, well, he's like, the guy that came back didn't look a damn thing like the guy that left. He's fully telling you this. And he's also, he goes, people use religious doctrine. They're hypocrites. They use it to get away with things. He's saying it's been like this since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the written word. People are always using things to justify their own ends, and this is no different. And, I'm asking, is there any truth to it? And he's giving me this, like, the personality of Jesus. He's like, he was super nice. I was saying that his mom was super nice. He's like, I met his mom a few times, but he's giving me a different name. He is not giving me the name Mary. And he's telling me that he never met the dad, or he met the dad once. He's also telling me, he's like, there's so much lost knowledge. He's just like, from my time period to where you guys are, he's just like, there's so much lost knowledge. This is funny. He's saying, I didn't start that church. I didn't start that Catholic church. He's like, nope, I didn't do that. Oh, he says, thank you for allowing yourself to be with me, and go in good health. Okay, well, mini dive on the Bible that just turned into I don't even know what. It's a lot of blasphemy that just happened here.